everyone, good afternoon. It is day 7 of the 10-day Sculpt and Tone Challenge. And I'm so happy to see so many of you really sticking with this challenge. If any of you have missed workouts, you're catching up and doing 2 in one day. So everyone's doing a fantastic job. And today I'm welcoming you to this 3rd video in the series during the challenge. So welcome. My name's Sarah Aspinall and I'm the founder of Breaking Ballet, which is the unique online ballet workout program for busy women. And as I say, we're on day 7 of the challenge. This is the 3rd in the video workshops. So if you did miss the first 2, the first one was about making time for fitness, and there were lots of strategies inside that video to help you with that. The second one that followed on from that was all about motivation and strategies to get you motivated to work out. So if you missed that one, please go back and have a look at that, because there's some really interesting strategies in there to help you along. If you are watching me today, then please let me know in the comment section. If you're watching this on the replay, just pop #replay in there so that I know you've watched it. But as I go through, if anyone has got any questions about what I'm about to talk about, then please just drop them into the comment section there. So I'm going to talk today about the exact strategy that we use inside the Backstage membership to help you to incorporate and weave fitness and healthy eating into your lifestyle, into your daily habits. So it's not this huge change for you, but it is something that you can incorporate on a step-by-step basis that is going to feel more natural and something that you can sustain going forwards. So if you want to know what goes into creating massive success in your fitness and your healthy eating, this is the video that you need to watch. But if you missed the first 2, please go back, because they contain a lot of really useful information as well. So if you're watching, let me know you're here, let me know where you're from and how you're getting on with the challenge. But I'll get started, and I want to give you the complete picture today of what goes on inside Backstage. I know you have experienced the short 15-minute daily workouts on the challenge so far for the last 7 days. We've got 3 more days to go. But I want you to understand exactly what happens when you join us inside the Backstage membership. I want you to be, know exactly what you're letting yourself in for, exactly how the process works when you join us. So the process that we use, that I'm about to walk you through, means that you're never going to be in that situation that you may have found yourself in before, procrastinating, not knowing which exercises to do, not knowing when to do them, how long to do them for. This process takes all of that away. It makes it very simple, so that you just follow the process, you do exactly what it says, and you focus on that process. You don't worry too much about the end results. You need to, detach yourself from that and not have that emotional connection with the results all the time, and focus on the process, because if you do that, the results will come. So we're going to try and break free of that procrastination, break free of the frustration and overwhelm that you may have had previously in relation to your fitness and your workouts. Your current, anything that you've tried previously, you will have had that frustration potentially. There's a lot of people coming into the group, into my Facebook group, asking this very question: well, how do I get motivated? But also, I've tried this before, I get really excited, I join a fitness regime, and then something happens. I get a migraine, I don't feel very well, I get a bit bored, and then I do nothing. So I never really get beyond the first couple of weeks. And I don't want that to happen. I'm really passionate about women succeeding inside my membership. You've seen how involved I am inside the challenge, and I am exactly the same inside Backstage. So I am very present. You don't join Backstage and then I disappear and you're dealing with somebody else. That's not how it works. I'm inside the Facebook group every single week, talking to you, answering your questions, demonstrating things if you need me to. So I'm very present. We do a live workout every single month as well, so that I can comment on your posture and help you out with your workouts in that way too. So you're not left to your own devices as you may well have been left before. That is why Backstage is so different. It's quite different to other fitness programs that you may have joined. So, you know, and even if you have had quite a bit of experience with fitness, you know, you'll know that you're looking for that 80-20. You're looking to find the 20% that's going to get you 80% of the results. So if you have struggled previously to find the time, to make the time, then Backstage is going to really, really help you, because it's going to give you that 20% with these short, effective workouts in order to get the 80% of the results that you're looking for. So it's great if you're like me, time poor. So inside the Ballet Fitness Lifestyle Hub, if you've not seen already, there is a PDF that you can download, which is the success path. So inside Backstage, this is what we follow. Which way is it? There we go. So your pathway to balance, or your path to success, whichever way you want to look at it. And you can see that there are 3 parts to this path. So in the pink, we're looking at workouts. In the green, we're looking at healthy eating, and in the blue, we're looking at mindset. So we don't just focus on workouts, because that's just one part of it. Healthy eating is, of course, another part of it, but mindset is also key, because if you don't have the right mindset, you're not going to succeed in the workouts and the healthy eating. It's just not going to happen. So we need to work out a way for you to adjust the way that your brain has been wired up to this point, all that negative self-talk, the way that we sometimes quit when things aren't going our way, the sometimes inability to ask for help. You don't feel comfortable doing that. You don't feel that you should, that you feel like a failure if that's your situation. All of that needs to go, and that we work on strategies to help with that. So you'll see on this document, and if you want to print off your own copy or look at it closely, then there is a link to that in the files section inside the Facebook group. But you can see, I don't know if you can see, that on the outside of the circle is stage 1, which is getting started. So there's a stage 1 for each of these hubs. Then you've got stage 2, which is strengthening, stage 3, which is thriving, and stage 4 is the center. Oh, there, I can't find it, which is balance. So we're headed for balance. We're always trying to get to the middle of that circle, but we need to try and do it with all 3 aspects, not one. You know, if we're doing really well on one, but we're exercising, but we're really not eating very well, you're never going to get that balance in your life, in your lifestyle. So we're trying to work from the outside in to find your center, which is a phrase that's often used in ballet, particularly with balance. Find your center. So we're going to work on all those 3 aspects through the different stages of the success path. There are 4 different stages. There's getting started is number 1, strengthening is number 2, thriving is number 3, and the final one is balance, which is number 4. But you may well not be on the same stage for each of those 3 areas. So you might be on stage 1 for your workouts. You know, you might not be working out very much or at all at the moment. But you might be on stage 2 for your healthy eating. You know, you might be pretty good at that, and your hydration's good. Mindset, again, you might be back at stage 1, which is why you haven't progressed further with the workouts and the healthy eating. So we're trying all the time to work further towards that balance in the center. But the reason that we do it this way, the reason that we follow this process, is so that we do not get overwhelmed trying to do everything all at once. And that's often where people become unstuck, is that they think, right, that's it, I've had enough, I don't want to feel this way anymore. I'm frustrated, I'm overwhelmed, I've got no time, I don't know where to start, how am I going to fit it in? I feel guilty if I try and do it because I should be prioritising my children, but at the same time I want to be an inspiration to my children, I want to be a good role model, I want them to see that I'm fit and healthy, I want to be able to play with them and run with them, and all of these things that, you know, we tell ourselves and get ourselves in a little bit of a state about. So sometimes we hit rock bottom and we decide, right, that's it, I'm doing something about it. And we try and do all of it at the same time. I'm going to go on this diet and I'm going to stick to it. And then I'm going to exercise every day or, you know, a few hours or attend this class, whatever you decide to do. And you start off and you find yourself getting more and more exhausted because maybe you're working out a little bit too much, or you're not, you know, feeding yourself enough, so you've not got the energy to do the workouts, and you start to get unstuck because you feel overwhelmed and tired, and you don't really have much of a strategy other than I'm just going to do this. And that is totally normal. But what tends to happen if we get into that situation is that we see ourselves as a failure. I'm no good. How come everyone else can do this apart from me? What's wrong with me? This is never going to happen for me. I'm just always going to feel this way. There's nothing I can do. I'm hopeless. I'm not fit enough. I can't do these workouts. I've tried and I can't even do half of it. Which I have seen a little bit of inside the group, which saddens me. Fortunately not enough, but the odd one or two people are kind of giving it a go and thought, no, I can't do it. And that is clearly, you can see that some people have got a great mindset at the moment, some people really don't. And that's not a criticism of those people at all. And I can help those people. If you feel like that, then you can change it. Absolutely you can. But having the strategies, having the support are all really, really important. So what I'm going to do now is walk you through each of those 4 stages, just so that you know what's to come inside Backstage, to see if you can identify where you might be on those 4 stages in each of those 3 areas, the workouts, the healthy eating and the mindset, just to give you a really good idea of what we do inside Backstage and why this formula, why this process really, really does work. So for each stage, let me just show you. So for each stage, we've got one of these sheets. You won't be able to see it very well, I don't think, but this is stage 1, getting started. And up in this corner are the characteristics of somebody that is in stage 1. And I will walk you through these in a moment. I can't read it and show you. And also in here, these are the milestones. So down here are the action steps. Oh my goodness, this is difficult doing this. Down here are the action steps. You can see there are action steps that are pink. Those are the action steps for your workouts. Action steps that are green, that's for healthy eating. And blue is for your mindset. So if you are in stage 1 for your workouts, you're going to follow the pink action steps. If you're in stage 2 for healthy eating, you'll go to stage 2, which is behind this, and you will follow those action steps, and so on. When you've completed those action steps, you will have a look at the milestones. Have you completed these milestones? If you have, you know it's time to move on to stage 2. So I hope that makes sense. And I've just been having a look at a few quotes from previous members, people that have come into the group, sharing how they're getting on, which stage they're at. And so for stage 1, I'd written a few things down. Someone had posted in there, I'm exercising every day, I'm drinking more water, and I'm eating better. Someone else said, I feel really, really optimistic at this stage. Someone else said, I can see results after only 2 weeks, which is amazing. I can't believe how toned my tummy feels. So these are comments, feelings that people are having in around this stage 1 area. So what happens in stage 1? So if you're in stage 1, forgive me for reading this, but there's a lot of information for me to try and remember. But the characteristics of someone that's in stage 1 is you're currently not doing an awful lot of exercise, but you want to start off doing 10 to 15 minutes a day. So a lot like you've been doing in this challenge, which as you can see is doable. It is totally doable to find 15 minutes in your day, particularly in the morning, fit that in, and you're done for the day. But you might not be well hydrated each day, you're struggling to get on top of your healthy eating routine. You like to take on challenges, but only if they're easy or you perceive them to be easy, or if you think you're likely to succeed doing it. You try for a while with your exercise and healthy eating, but sometimes you give up if you're not progressing easily. So you can see how the mindset at stage 1 is, I can go for a bit, but I've always, in the past just dropped off and haven't been able to finish and see it through and get the results. So if that's your mindset, then you're probably at this stage 1. You recognise that effort is sometimes required, and you tolerate help when it's given, but you don't really like to be seen to need help because you think that makes you look needy or a bit of a failure or whatever. And again, that's mindset. So those are the characteristics of someone who might be in stage 1. If you're in stage 1 with your workouts, it's very simple. When you join Backstage, you start off by looking at the quick start workout. So this is aimed to get you in quick, get you moving. You're not confused. You don't arrive in and there's just a library of workouts that you have to somehow navigate your way through and pick and choose. And by all means, if you are the sort of person or you're at the stage where you want to do that, that's absolutely fine. You have access to everything. It's not so prescribed, this procedure, it might sound that way, that it's not drip fed. You don't have to start somewhere and get frustrated because actually you don't want to follow a path. You're not that person. You don't need to do that. You just want access to the workouts. I want to work on X. So therefore I'm going to go to these workouts and I'm going to do that. If you want to do that, that's absolutely fine. But the vast majority of people need this support. They need this step-by-step process to help them get through. I've just noticed. Hi, Tina. Hi, Trina. I hope I said that right. Loving the challenge and definitely be signing up. Great news. I can't wait to welcome you in, Trina. And this will be really interesting for you to listen to this because this is what you will be doing. Those quick start workouts help you with ballet technique. So there are 5 different quick start workouts that help you with things like posture, understanding core control, which you've just done in the challenge, understanding the positions of the arms and the feet in ballet, because I know, there's a lot to learn when you first get going. There's one on pliés and turnout and how to understand how that works, the correct way of doing it so that you've got that technique correct, and the attitude and arabesque positions, because some of the workouts use those positions. So you will be walked through exactly how to do that, and then immediately after that small short training session, you will then do a workout that applies that knowledge. So once you've worked through that, you will then join us on the monthly workout calendar. So whether you've just joined Backstage or whether you've been in Backstage for a long time, we're on a calendar. So every single month, there's a calendar that dictates what workouts you're doing and when. So it's really simple. You do not have to think, what am I going to do today, and procrastinate. There is a calendar, but that calendar is graded in different levels. So it's got beginner, intermediate and advanced. So as a beginner coming in, if you're at stage 1, you're going to follow the orange workouts. And if you're intermediate or you're advanced, you've been doing it for a little longer, you will do more of the workouts. So you will spend more time working out, if that makes sense. Because trust me, once you get going with this, once you create a new habit, you will find that then very easy and you will want to do more, and then you're going to get the results even quicker. So the calendars are on that basis because it's nice for all of us to be in the same place. So for example, as a beginner, if you've done an abs workout on Monday of June week 3, then if someone that's been in Backstage for 12 months and that's a little bit more advanced than you will still have done that workout as part of their workout regime that week. So when people are talking about the workouts and supporting each other inside Backstage, it isn't like, well, they're doing this and I'm here and I'm still, I can't relate to them, they can't relate to me, and we're all doing it together. Some of us are doing more than others. We do all of the challenges together though, so everyone gets together. So you will be supported by me and you will be supported by the people that have been in backstage for some time. So we're all in it together. You won't feel like the newbie, you know, your first day at school. You might do for the first week, but once you get onto the calendar and you start getting going, we're all doing a similar thing. We're just not doing as, you know, some of us are doing less, some of us are doing more. I hope that makes sense. And then inside backstage, you also get a food and fitness journal, which helps you track your progress, and a fitness planner pack. And inside that planner pack, there is a backstage planner. So if you watched my making time video, the first video in this series, these workshops, I showed you a planner. The planner inside backstage is a little bit more sophisticated. It's got a little bit more detail. That is going to help you right at the outset organize your time, organize your week, so that you are not scrambling around trying to find time. At the outset, you know exactly when you're doing your workouts every single week, and it's going to help you make the time. If you're currently thinking, I'm struggling to even find 15 minutes, this process helps you to do that. And of course, we're all inside the group. If you get stuck at any point during any of this process, everyone's jumping in and helping you out to do that. So that's what you do inside stage one for your workouts. With your healthy eating, I'm encouraging you to track your hydration, so 3 to 4 glasses of water a day to start with. So if you're someone that is already drinking 8 glasses of water, great. You know, you might be progressing to stage 2 a little bit quicker than some other people. If you struggle with your hydration, I'm encouraging you to track your hydration. So inside the fitness planner pack, there is a 30-day hydration tracker. So you're going to tick off every single day, because that helps you to keep track of what you're doing, how much water you are having. Again, if you're not someone that needs checklists, if you don't need the support with this and you're like, I'm fine on my own, that's great. You've got the freedom to do that. At stage 1, you're then going to start using the quick start breakfast guide. So rather than saying, hi Chris, no worries, don't worry about being late, you can follow us from now and then go back and watch the beginning if you need to. Hi Rachel. So rather than approaching exercise and healthy eating all in one go and having so much to do, we're taking it step by step. So the first thing that I want you to do in stage 1 with your healthy eating is to look at your breakfasts. So this quick start guide basically gives you recipes for your breakfasts. They're quick and easy recipes that you can plan. So if you did buy the meal plan that went with the 10-day challenge, you'll be familiar with these recipes, familiar with the way that they work, the way that they're set up and presented to you. But that's a PDF document you can print off and work out, you know, which breakfasts you're going to do, and if you need to plan them the night before, then you know to do that. But I want you to focus on breakfast, because breakfast is really, really important. I do talk about that a lot inside backstage, and you can read all about that when you come in. But that's going to set you up for the day. It stops you from, you know, reaching for those bad snacks later on, feeling exhausted later on. Breakfast is really important, so we're going to nail that first before we start worrying about everything else. And we're also going to think about our coffee intake. I know this is a big deal for a lot of people, and I'm not saying coffee is evil. In fact, there are health benefits to coffee in some ways, but sometimes people are drinking an awful lot of coffee just to get themselves through the day, which then has a knock-on effect on our sleep and our hydration as well, because of the caffeine content. So we're going to try and pull that back to maximum 2 coffees a day. Don't know how you feel about that, but you know, we're here to support you. Moving on to mindset inside stage 1, you are going to first of all set some small goals. There's a habit tracker that's inside the fitness planner pack, so all the documents are there. You press print and you have all these documents all nicely laid out for you to then work out what your 3 goals are going to be, and I help you work out what they are. And we talk about small process goals rather than big destination goals. These are practical things that you can do every single day that are not a big deal, but that make an awful lot of difference. So again, we're talking about the things that we can do, the 20% of the things that we can change to get 80% of the results. So again, you know, inside Backstage, you'll help to work out what those habits might be that you're going to try and change. We also have mini relaxations, lots of relaxation techniques, meditations inside Backstage, and that's a really important part of the mindset section. I feel very passionate about that because busy women, constantly racing around, particularly in your 40s and your 50s, if you are raising your cortisol levels, which is your stress hormone, you are more likely to retain weight around your midsection. So if you're coming in saying, I want to try and flatten my tummy, you know, I've heard people describe it as mum tum, pouch, all different kinds of ways of describing their tummy after having had children, or, you know, and C-sections, and why can't I shift it now I'm this age? This is not just about workouts and healthy eating. There's a lot more involved than those two methods to try and shift weight around your midsection or tone up around your midsection. And that involves relaxing to drop your cortisol levels. It involves meditation to do the same thing, but also to focus your mind and get a connection between your mind and your body, so you're more aware of how you are feeling during the day, so that if necessary you can do mini relaxation, a breathing technique, something that helps you reduce the stress levels and see a little bit more clearly and stop the overwhelm. There are lots of techniques. We talk about time management inside Backstage, sleep strategies. Again, you know, if you're not getting enough sleep, your hormone levels are all over the place. So whilst at the moment, you know, some of these tasks may seem a bit like, why do I need to do that? It is important, and I explain why in more detail inside Backstage. And then we're also going to ask you to go through a technique to try and work out what your why power is. If you have no idea what that means, please go back and watch my second video, the motivation video, where I talk more about what your why power is. Essentially, that is, what is the real reason for you wanting to do this, for you joining Backstage, for you wanting to improve your fitness, your healthy eating, your mindset, your general lifestyle. What's behind that? And when we know that for sure, when we have a very clear reason for that, it is going to really help you succeed. It will help you feel motivated, and it's a really, really strong exercise, powerful exercise to do to keep you moving forwards. So that's another part of the mindset section. So stage 2, strengthening. And if you've got any questions, I'd go, because I'm aware that I'm talking very quickly. But if you've got any questions, ladies that are watching, while I'm going through this, then please do ask. So stage 2 is strengthening. And again, as I say, you might be at different levels for the 3 different areas. But generally, if you're at stage 2, strengthening, the characteristics are you're working out several times a week, but you know, you want to work out a little bit more now. You maybe want to do 30 minutes a day, or on several days. You're eating fairly healthily, but you're not particularly consistent with it, and you're struggling to really get as hydrated and as much fluid as you could do. You prefer clear, immediate goals that aren't too far out of reach. But you're developing a sort of repertoire of strategies to help you move forwards and progress and get past the obstacles that previously, when you have tried to change things, have made you stop and quit. So now you're able to push past that. And actually, inside the mindset toolbox that we have in Backstage, there's a really great video and visual for you to see how that mindset circle works, and we all go through it. So when I'm talking about you kind of dropping off and you know, giving up, this is showing you how to get back on to feeling confident, feeling great, doing all the things that you want to do, and having freedom in that, and it feeling easier each and every time. And the sooner we can get back up to that stage once we've dropped off, the easier it becomes. You will always go through this cycle, because life is life, and we're all human. None of us are perfect. We are going to go round and round that cycle. There's no, there's no secret pill. There's no secret to you just always being consistent for the rest of your days. It's not going to happen. But there is a cycle that once you understand, you will cut yourself some slack, but you will find a way to get back using these techniques with the support of everybody. Trina, should you move straight to stage 2 if you're already exercising and this is more about additional tone, or start from the beginning to get the techniques correct? It's a really, really good question. When you sign up to Backstage, you will be asked to do a new member assessment. So it's very, very easy. You click a button and it asks you 3 questions. They're multiple choice questions. You answer those and then you receive an email. So you receive 3 emails. One's about workouts saying, actually, this is a stage you should be at. A second email will be about your healthy eating. This is the stage you're at with your healthy eating, and it could be different. And number 3, mindset, this is the stage you're at with your mindset. It then says, click here and go and watch the video about that. So it's basically like it's me explaining again about the stage and about the action steps you need to take inside that stage. So yes, absolutely, Trina, you may well be stage 2 with your workouts. But stage 2, for example, on workouts, which is where we are now, asks you to revisit and complete the action 1 steps if necessary, which I would encourage you to do because that's where you're going to watch the technique videos. So you might go through those, the quick start workouts, come to the monthly calendar, and it says here on your stage 2 path, look at intermediate level. So you would still go through those quick start workouts, come to the calendar and see that you should be doing orange and green on the calendar. So yeah, that's what I want to do. If at that point you're doing it and you think, actually, this is a bit too much, you can just drop back and just do the orange workouts and do the beginner level. So it makes sense when you come in because it is very prescriptive and you can follow the path, and once you've done the assessment, that helps you guide you where you are on the stages for each of those 3 areas. So I hope that makes sense. But no, you don't necessarily have to start right at the outset for everything. Yeah, so stage 2, I had a few quotes from previous members. Stage 2, this is the first time any exercise regime has got me up at 5 a.m. enjoying myself. Amazing. I so would not be up at 5 a.m. doing this, but some people do. 6 a.m, I do that, but 5. Another lady said, I've lost 2 inches off my thighs by this stage. A huge change for me. I'm not experiencing any bloating in my stomach, was another one, and my posture is getting better. So again, these are ways people are feeling, these are physical changes, these are motivational aspects, so it's mindset, being able to get up at 5 with a positive mindset to do your workouts. So just an example of some of the ways people were feeling and the results they were getting at this stage. So back to stage 2, healthy eating. You're going to increase your hydration. We move on from breakfast to look at snacks. And then there's healthy drinks guide in there as well to help you with that hydration. And then at this stage, you start tracking a little bit more closely. So once you've got motoring a little bit and you've got into it and you've worked out where you are and it becomes comfortable, then you start looking a little bit more at your tracking. So Food and Fitness Journal helps you with that. And specifically, I ask you to track how you're feeling, how much movement you're doing throughout your day, how much me time you're getting, the quality and quantity of your sleep, and your food intake. So I ask you to go through and really be honest with yourself. You don't have to share any of this, but logging the food that you're eating and making judgments about that, whether you need to change it or not. So it's a really nice process to go through. I also ask you to take photographs of your body. I ask you to take measurements of your body and take a flexibility test. These are not so that you can post them in the group and share. You absolutely don't have to do it. If you don't want to, you don't have to do it at all. But the reason I like people to take measurements is because I hate scales. I hate numbers. So I don't want people jumping on scales, because you could be losing fat and gaining muscle, at which point the scale will not have changed. But if you've toned up in that process, you will see the difference. For example, that lady, and that was Amanda, I remember, that said that, lost 2 inches off her thighs. That was because she was measuring her thighs and she could see the progress. Because she'd measured at the outset, she could see that progress. And this isn't because I want you to feel bad about yourself at the beginning. It's because I want you to see the changes, acknowledge the changes, pat yourself on the back for the hard work that you're doing and the progress that you're seeing and the results that you're getting through changes and fine-tuning your body, not because you've dropped weight on the scale, not because you've gone down a dress size. There's no quick fix with fitness. It has to become part of your lifestyle, but you absolutely should acknowledge all the hard work you've put in. And so this is a nice way of doing it. So you are asked to do that, whether you do it or not, it's your choice, but I would recommend it. And then mindset in stage 2, we revisit stage 1 just to make sure that you are practicing those techniques. You're going to focus a little bit more on breathing techniques, which is really, really powerful, particularly to reduce cortisol levels, your stress levels. And then a little bit of work on things like accepting responsibility for the stage you are at now in your life. A lot of us blame others for our situation, and sometimes some of us have got a little bit of work to do with that. And again, that's not a judgment and it's not a criticism, it's a reality. And we've got to, it's hard talking about these things sometimes, but if that's an obstacle, if that's a roadblock, then we have to overcome it to progress. Meditating again, focusing on sleep quality and quantity, looking at the techniques that we've got. So we've got a sleep guide in there. And continuing to ask for help inside the Facebook group. There's some wonderful, wonderful ladies in there that have been doing this for a while. So I always encourage people to reach out for help from me or them. Sometimes it's nice to hear other people talking rather than me all the time. So everyone's there to help. Stage 3 is coming on to thriving. Thriving's a lovely stage. It's very different. Just one quote I'd picked up. I think this was from Erin, and she said that she'd been out and about and people started commenting on her arms. Several people have said to her, "Your arms look amazing. What are you doing?" And her response was, "Ballet. I'm doing ballet workouts." And they were like, "What?" So she thought it was really funny, and she'd posted in the group and told everyone, "Guess what happened to me today?" So people are starting to notice that you are changing, and that might not be aesthetics. That might be because your posture has improved, so you look more confident, because you feel better, you're happier. People say you look really glowing. What's going on? So it's not always about aesthetics, and ultimately, hands down, the most important thing in life is that we feel good. I really strongly believe that. So for me, people reporting that they feel amazing and that they're happy and they feel strong, all of those things, really, really important. So that was lovely to hear that from Erin. But at stage 3, the characteristics of someone at stage 3, you're working out daily, but you want to increase the length of your workout time to get those results faster, or to get different results. You're eating healthily every day, and you don't feel guilty when you have the occasional treat, because, let's face it, we all deserve a treat now and again. But we don't want to see food as bad or good. We just need balance, which is what these stages are all heading towards. So, changing our mindset around food and having a healthier relationship with food so that we have freedom with our food, essentially. you are enjoying being challenged by more open-ended tasks. So you're not, thinking of an easy, quick fix. You're thinking, well, actually, no. This, I don't necessarily know what the end result's going to be, but I'm going to stick to this because I know it's going to do something. I know it's going to work. And you understand that changing your lifestyle, being fit and healthy is sometimes going to be difficult. It is, I'm not going to lie to you. There will be times where it feels really difficult. But, I've talked about that mindset path. Those are the times you reach out for help, you get back on track, you feel good again, and off you go. But you recognise that and you stick to tasks for longer periods of time. And you expect feedback. So you're getting a little bit better asking for help because you want feedback, you expect it. And you recognise that as being desirable for growth and progress. So that's where you're at in stage 3. For the workouts, you've moved on to the advanced level. For your healthy eating, healthy eating, you're now hydrating better. You're up to 8 glasses of water a day. So you're doing really well, and that really does make a difference to your energy levels and your skin, and you will really notice a difference with the hydration. You're then going to start following, so we've dealt with breakfast, we've dealt with snacks. These are sometimes, the tricky areas for people. By stage 3, there's a quick start meal plan. So that then covers everything, and it's an entire meal plan. And actually, this month, our challenge inside Backstage, it's normally a workout challenge for the first week of every month. This time we did a healthy eating challenge and we used this meal plan and it was brilliant. Everyone loved the recipes, they did really well, they stuck to it. So it's tried and tested, that went really well. And then also in stage 3, you're starting to choose wisely when you eat out. So there's an eating out guide in there that helps you find strategies that if you go out and you're attending a dinner or you're with family or whatever, sometimes that's when the wheels fall off, and it's helping you strategies, the right things to choose. And I'm not saying you can't, have anything, any sweets, any of that. It's just a guide so that you are more aware of the healthier options, and you might be surprised. I'm not saying you can never have takeout, but if you're going to have takeout, have an Indian takeout. So that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Don't go for the Thai food as often. It's full of sugar, etc. I love Thai food though. It is my favourite. So, but if you want to know the answers to those questions, they're in there for your eating out. Mindset, you're going to just revisit stages 1 and 2 to make sure you're keeping on top of those. Then we're going to do a little bit more work on overcoming negative self-talk by meditating a little bit more. And sleeping for 8 hours a night. So you're going to get more on top of that as well. Rachel, great idea about measurements. I admit I took a picture of myself in a bikini before starting the challenge. I don't expect to change necessarily in only 10 days, but I guess you never know. No, absolutely. You never know. And 10 days is a really short period of time, but the reason I have 10 days is because I want to get you through a weekend, and also so that you can see that it is doable and that you can change your daily habits. So the 10 days is more about daily habits. It's also, you will see yourself starting to strengthen in that 10 days. I know women have already said that, day 1 they couldn't do X and now they can. So, or at least they're nearly there. So, but Rachel, if you join us, then you've already got your photograph. So job done. Tick that one off the list. And stage 4, and I'm not going to keep you much longer. Stage 4 is where we find balance. So everything starts to become easier. As you can imagine, all those things have come into balance. And it takes a while to get there. And the reason inside Backstage that we have a 3-month option is because I would say if you are really committed to this and you want results, it's going to take 3 months. I have a 1-month option for those people, and there will always be those people who just want to give it a go. They're not sure. But they're interested, but they don't want to commit for too long because they want to see how they go, and that's absolutely fine. And if you sign up for the 1-month option, you think actually this is amazing, I want to commit, you can then sign up for the 3-month option. So, but the 3 months is you know, what we're aiming for. So by stage 4, and I'm not going to go into all the action steps here, but you're working out regularly, you're creating your own workout plans to suit your schedule, or you're still following the monthly workout calendar at that advanced level. You have a new rhythm with your healthy eating and hydration that just feels natural. You're not worrying about it anymore and constantly, you know, wondering what you can and can't eat. You no longer crave sugar or unhealthy snacks because you've managed to, you know, obliterate that. You've got your hormones in balance a little bit better. You're embracing challenges even when the path to achievement is not clear. You persist for long periods when in the face of setbacks. And we all have setbacks, real life setbacks. They happen, they totally do. And you've learned the skills that you need to just get back on track when that time has passed. You understand effort as the path to success. It does require effort. You actively work on strategies for more effective effort, and you seek out help and support. So that is the person that has found balance. So there we are. Those are the 4 stages, but I want to leave you with this. Remember, it's not a race. Even though I read those really quickly, this is not a race. We are all going to be starting at different places with our mindset, with our healthy eating, with our workouts. We're all going to be all over the place. And this is not a comparison exercise at all. There is no sense of that inside Backstage because I wouldn't allow it. And I don't know how this has happened, but Backstage attracts a certain type of woman. It attracts someone who not only wants to work hard for themselves, but they want to see others succeed. There's no comparisonitis, there's no jealousy, there's no bitching, there's none of that. There is a pure joy for the movement and a love for the other people that are working alongside them. So it's a really special place. So I hope you decide to join us in that special place. And, you know, but I do want to make clear, despite what I've just said, and it sounds very prescriptive, if you're the kind of person that needs that and you have listened to this and thought, this is amazing, that is so what I need right now, great. If you're thinking, this sounds really prescriptive and really regimented, and I'm not that sort of person, and I kind of do this and I kind of do that, and it works for me, that's also fine. In the same way that we're all different body shapes and sizes, different fitness levels, different ages, different body types, different mindsets, different everything, we're all unique, every single one of us. This membership, the content inside this membership and the way that people use it is also going to be unique. So whilst there is this system in place, because that's how I feel a lot of people, what I feel they need, and also why this program is so different to a lot of other programs, because it's a step-by-step process, because I'm so involved in your success. And I know I would, you know, you're thinking, well, she would say that because she wants us to buy the program. I have asked some of my members if they will come and speak to you. And on Wednesday, I think it's Wednesday at 9 o'clock, you're going to have the opportunity to meet some of the members. And this is a big deal for them because they're going to come on live on video. They're going to see themselves and hear themselves talking, and it's really hard for some of them. But I have 3 wonderful ladies who have agreed to help me so far. And they're going to come on live and you can ask them anything. Obviously, I will be there and asking them questions to get things going. But if you want honest opinion from these ladies that are inside Backstage, please come along and join us then. So it's not, you know, just me telling you. I want you to experience this for yourself. I want you to trust me. I hope you do. But I want you to trust these ladies as well. They've not been paid to say it. They have volunteered to help me because they believe in the program. So that's happening. So as I was saying, you know, as unique as each of us are, your use of the membership will also be unique. And some of us will get results quicker than others. Some, you know, because some of us are following the path better than others. So I want you to come in and feel welcomed and feel relaxed about that. I'm not under any pressure to perform in a particular way and put yourself under any pressure. It's very relaxed, it's very easy to follow. There's flexibility to suit everyone. So the membership is open for enrolment now. You've 3 options. There's the try it out option, which is a monthly option for $19.99. There's the get results option, which is you sign up for 3 months, and that is $49.99 for 3 months. That is a rolling subscription, but you are reminded before the 3 months is up. So if you don't want to continue after 3 months, you are free to cancel that before your 3 months is up. But I hope you don't, because you will have seen the results. And then there's a 12-month option, which is £179. So as part of that, you're getting 3 months for free. Yeah, so those are the 3 options. If you've got any questions, please let me know. Tina, I wish I'd thought to take pictures or measurements. Well done. But Tina, you're only day 7. So if you're going to join us backstage, you take the pictures now or just before or just as you come in, whenever, because you will see the changes. Joanne, thinking about the 12-month plan from a cost savings perspective and the greater incentive. Yeah, I think the 12-month plan, basically you're saving 3 months worth. So I think it's working out at £14 something a month. The 3-month option, I think, works out at something like £16.66 a month in comparison to the $19.99 option. So those are the savings that you're making. Henrietta, I'm looking at this for cross-training. Does your plan take into account doing other dance fitness plans? Yeah, I mean, you can totally do this alongside your other workouts, absolutely. If when you come in and you're trying to figure out on the monthly calendars, well, hang on, but I do CrossFit on this day and I run on this day, and so I can't quite work out what's the best way, I would encourage you to look at the Backstage Planner as your number one thing that you do, and to work out where your time is and what you can fit in. Once you've done that and you think, I'm still not quite sure, you contact me and I'll help you do it. You can contact me via the group so that other people can benefit from the advice that you're getting, and so that they can get some ideas and be inspired by that. Or you can email me. I prefer for things to happen inside the group so that we can share the knowledge, the information, the support, all of that. But if you've ever got any personal issues that you don't want to share, anything to do with your health, then absolutely you would email me about that. So that is something that we can help you with, Henrietta, if when you come in, you know, you just need a little bit of guidance as to what's the best way of looking at your week. And I'd need to see your planner for that. Shaquille, no idea what that says. Anyway, so if anyone's got any questions after you've listened to this, whether you're watching it on the replay or now, please let me know. There is a bonus available. If you sign up now on any of those 3 plans between now and 9 p.m. tomorrow, so 9 p.m. on Monday, then you will get a bonus sent to you after you've signed up. So after 9 o'clock Monday, give us 24 hours and we'll get the bonus out to you. That bonus is a ballet positions handbook. So this is a handbook that I have put together that walks you through the positions of the feet, the positions of the arms, arabesque, attitude, all of those things that you do inside the workouts, but you've got that as it's a book basically, but you get it on PDF on your email. It's a really lovely little book, and that is the bonus that you're going to get. It's got lots of information in there, it's got pictures, it's got me in particular positions helping you work it out. That's the bonus that I'm offering anyone that signs up between now and 9 p.m. on Monday, tomorrow. If you've already signed up, and I know lots of you have already, you will also get that bonus. So no one's missing out, okay? But that bonus is not available after 9 o'clock tomorrow night. Chris, no, you don't miss out. I've just said, no, you will not miss out because you were so keen. I'm sending it to you, but let's wait until we've got everyone, 9 o'clock tomorrow, and then we'll send that out Tuesday. So no one panic. If you've signed up already, you're still getting it. If you haven't signed up, you know